How long has it been? Wait, what? The last episode?
A long ass time.
Last episode came out May 15th, so we have missed the mark on monthly.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello, welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Hannah, and etc. Hi, Ben. I didn't know if I was supposed to say it.
Hello,
Hello, and then also, furthermore, producer Ian is here this week as a guest.
Hi.
Wow.
I'm also known as etc.
Welcome.
Yes. Well, it's been a while.
Been a while.
But we're back now. So let's just get this out of the way before we do what am I drinking and stuff. We are going to an on purpose monthly schedule. If that, it's been like 6 weeks since the last episode came out. We're definitely aiming to get to 250 episodes, and then we're going to kind of decide from there whether or not we're going to keep doing the pod, because we love catching up with you guys and we love catching up with each other, but it's obviously, for whatever reason, becoming harder to fit into our schedules. So
Life is busy.
Life is busy.
Sometimes life finds a way, and sometimes life finds a way to make it harder to record your podcast.
That's so deep.
So, if you have comments as listeners, shoot us an email. Oh, I haven't even checked to see if we have emails. I think we might have a voicemail.
Ooh.
From like many weeks ago from Federica. I don't think we talked about it. Okay, so I have many upfronts. We have many things to talk about. Much has happened in the last 6 weeks, but first, what are you drinking, Erin?
Oh, I'm first. I have a hot coffee and an iced water, madam. Because we're doing a Saturday brunch edition. Way Too Broad.
Baby Ben, what are you drinking?
Got a big old green mug of water.
Nice.
The mug is green, not the water.
Yeah, we know that because of the order of adjectives in English.
True.
Yeah. Or maybe just the nouns, actually, because you would have said mug of green water. So.
Yeah, I was about to say that felt more like a noun situation than an adjective order, but yeah, totally.
This is a classic noun situation.
Noun situation. I'm drinking, actually, Ian and I are both drinking iced lattes from our local coffee shop. Very delicious. Mine has oat milk because I'm gayer, and his has whole milk.
Hold on. I am 100% gay and have whole milk instead of oat milk every time.
Shit.
Well, I guess that means I'm not 100% gay. Comment withdrawn.
It does mean that. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, it's true. Makes me less queer.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love a nice latte.
Mm-hmm.
Erin, how's your
gay-ass
espresso?
oat milk in it.
Gay-ass oat milk, yeah. Do you know they don't even have... I heard this when I was waiting to order. They don't even carry soy milk at that coffee shop anymore that we were at. They just have oat milk, almond milk, and macadamia nut milk.
That is so interesting.
And cow milk.
That's
right.
like the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Holy shit.
Do you have any more fun facts about your local coffee shop?
How far is your coffee shop from you?
Like 15 minutes.
Like 20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes.
Like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, depends on who's driving.
That's so interesting. I decided I'm going to ask you questions and then mock you for your answers.
Yeah, actually, what the hell?
Yeah.
You asked us.
You said, you were like, Erin, how's your... And then you got interrupted by somebody.
How's your espresso machine? By myself. How's your espresso machine doing?
Good. I haven't actually been using it a ton because I've been like, I don't know, extra sensitive to caffeine recently. Oh. So I've like cut way back on my coffee intake. But I've been meaning to make one on a weekend where it doesn't matter if I don't sleep. So I haven't used it in a few, maybe in a years, month or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could always get some nicer decaf beans.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I should do that because I love a little latte.
Love a little latte.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you get the water processed ones, I think they're basically as close to caffeine free as you can get. So.
Okay. Cool. That's a good idea. Versus like what is there, like a sugar processed one or a...
Yeah, well, it's, I think it's ethylene acetate, but they derive it from, so it's solvents kind of in every case, but supposedly the water processed one pulls a little bit more out. It's like 99 versus 97% or something. So it just depends on how sensitive you are.
Cool. Yeah, I've been getting more sensitive, which is a little bit of a bummer. But just, like, expresses in, like, anxiety. So I'm like, well, let's cut back on that.
Yeah. Okay, I found the voicemail. So why don't we listen to this? There's no transcript, which is a little weird.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 minutes long. And I know that she did record, like, that's the limit for voicemails on Google Voice. And she said she got cut off, or she had just finished and then it cut off. But it's weird that there's no transcript. So hopefully this is, like, audible. But should we listen to this? This is from our sister-in-law, Ben's and my sister-in-law, Erin's cousin-in-law, Ian's sister-in-law, Federica, Lucas's wife, who...
Are we all clear on everyone's relationship?
Do we need to make a visual for everybody? Also, I don't believe in cousins-in-laws. I just adopt them all as my cousins.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just me. Ian's my cousin. Kylie's my cousin. Molly's my cousin.
They're all my legal cousins.
Legally. Okay. You're all in my will. So.
Okay, I'm gonna... This might be kind of loud for you. Just heads up. All right, here we go. Pressing play now.
Hello, Way Too Broad host. This is Federica. I'm calling to share my recent obsession that has been going on, I would say, for like a couple weeks now after stumbling on it on the internet. So basically, it is season color analysis. So basically the idea is that there's 4 main seasons, and within each season then there's like 3 subcategories, but the whole idea is basically to figure out which types of colors work best in relation to our season. And so there's a whole lot to learn. I think I'm so inclined to get a consultant to look at my features at some point and tell me which season I am. Although I'm not sure if there's any in the area, and I'm not really going to travel, and I don't really want to do it online. But I might even, just like print out some colors or look in my closet for colors. I don't have that much variety. But yeah, I've been quite obsessed with it, and yeah, I do have theories of what I could be, but then I don't know. It's just hard. It's not that easy. And although one thing I noticed is that now when I like look at people, my first thought is like, oh, I think they're in that season. And so like, yeah, I think it's just interesting to see like what my thought process has been now when interacting with people versus before I knew about color analysis, because now it's like some people, to me, they're like clearly in one season, whereas others, I don't know. So, I don't know. I just think it's interesting, and, yeah, definitely something that is my recent obsession / interest. And that's it. Well, hope y'all have a great rest of the podcast recording sesh. I guess, right?
Yeah.
Aww.
Cut off. Wow.
Aww.
Thank you, Federica. What a wonderful voicemail.
For the voicemail, I wonder, Federica, if you feel like people change over their lives, because like that feels consistent with seasons, and also people's facial features change over the course of their lives. You know.
Yeah, it's funny because like 2 or 3 months ago, Sophia Nygaard did a video. I don't know if Federica saw it, where she got a color season consult. She actually like traveled for it. And it gets really complicated. And also, like, that consultant, I know she has, like, a vested interest, but she was, like, very against the idea of using, like, because there are filters on TikTok, which is how I kind of came across the concept, that are supposed to help you figure out what color season you are. It's, like, it'll put, like, a bunch of colors around your face and then, like, make 4 versions of you, and you're supposed to be able to tell which version of you looks the best. But, like, often when I'm looking at other people's, I have no idea which one looks the best. And also there's like cool undertones and warm undertones, and that'll change. Like you can be like a cool summer or a warm summer or like stuff like that. And then also like there's something about silver and gold too, like which one goes better with your skin, and then that can kind of change the whole mix of things. I mean, it can get very granular, and it does sound really fun to like do like a full-on color seasons consult to me. However, if the color season that they told me I didn't include colors that I liked or really honestly already owned, I don't think I would change anything. Like,
well, and that's what confuses me, is that there's an objective color palette that suits you. Because really, it feels like, isn't the color palette that suits you like colors that you like? You know,
I think that's an important, I don't know, like philosophical distinction between some people and others. Not important, but I think it's a philosophical distinction. Like, I think some people in their minds are dressing to make themselves happy, and other people are dressing to like please the eye of other people. And I don't think either one is bad, but I think I like very much lean towards the dressing to make myself happy. I pick colors. And the other thing is, I kind of feel like, so when Sophia Nygaard, for example, did this, she ended up with a color palette that included a bunch of like dark jewel tones. She was like a dark winter or something. And also very much included black. And like she has always been a person who loves to wear black. And so she didn't have to change much. I think you might... I think a lot of people might have that experience where they realize that one of the reasons they've been gravitating towards certain colors is because they feel good in them, which means they probably look pretty good on them, you know?
Yeah, right.
And again, if they were outside of my color palette, I would still wear them. Like, if totally. I see a mustard colored piece of clothing, I'm going to probably buy it. And that's not going to change.
My season is mustard.
Do you guys have?
It's actually.
Oh, go ahead, Erin.
Wearing a mustard colored shirt is great for like hot dog season. Yeah. Honestly.
Do you guys have like colors that you tend to gravitate towards when you're picking out clothes? Like
blue.
Because you're like before your hair too.
Yeah, blue's my favorite color. I love blue. Love it. But I do wear a lot of black, and I want to expand my wardrobe. But it's just a matter of like, if you can't find clothes that like fit really well, black is like the most forgiving, and so that's why I wear a lot of black. But I'd love to find clothes that fit really well so that I can expand my color palette and wear like lighter color tops and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be nicer for the hot weather too.
I don't think a lot about clothes or colors of clothes as much as I should probably.
You probably do have. I mean, I think you wear a lot of gray, Ben.
I wear a lot of gray and green and blue, I would say.
I think Ian wears a lot of green, a lot of blue. You're wearing gray right now.
Yeah,
Browns,
I feel like I tend toward like kind of natural tones and neutrals, although some of that might be my like
upbringing.
Go a little unnoticed
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to blend in to the forest.
Trying to run into the foliage.
Yeah.
The fall foliage.
That's right. We've been working on like kind of expanding Ian's fashion horizons a little bit. Like when we went on vacation to Mexico, he wore some brighter colors and that was pretty fun. Nice. So yeah, I just like bright colors and mustard. And also, Ian, you've told me my colors before. There's like a dark mustard color.
Yeah, and then there's like fuchsia, magenta tones.
Yeah. And
some
something
stripes. Things with cats.
Things
which
with
isn't
cats.
The color, but you know.
Yeah.
Famous color.
I like Prince. I do like Prince.
My favorite color, cats.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think if you can find someone local to you that can tell you your color story, since you won't travel for it or do it online, that'll have to be.
Are those expensive? Because I'm wondering if there's somebody in the area, in my area, we could like bring someone in for Thanksgiving or something. For whoever wants
so
to
fun.
get their
I have
color
no
reading.
idea. I have no clue how expensive it is. I mean,
yeah. Federica, look at folks in the Raleigh-Durham area, doxing myself, and maybe we could bring someone in for a group consult. That could be cute.
yeah. Thank you so much for the voicemail, Federica. I'm sorry it took us a million years to listen to it. She sent it like the day after the last time we recorded.
Oh, God. Apologies. She's probably completely over this obsession.
Yeah, she's forgotten. That's all right. Okay, I have some upfronts, some stories, some little stories for y'all.
Great.
The first one is the other night, Ian and I were... I was upstairs, Ian was downstairs, and I come down and I'm like, do you hear that? And he's like, you mean the owls? And there was this like loud noise coming from outside. Very frequently, like in the later evening, we get like barred owls, usually like multiple barred owls yelling at each other. And that's what we kind of thought it was. But we went out on the back deck and it was absolutely not owls. What it sounded like was a grown man yelling really loud over and over again. Like,
weird.
For several minutes. I mean, like, we eventually were, like, so unsettled, we just came inside.
Oh, God.
But he
Did you try to Merlin it, just to confirm?
No, and I also didn't even record it, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't, because I would play it for you guys. But it was really weird, and I was like, it kind of sounds like, you know, when you know, like sometimes people from Appalachia will be like, here's the rules. If you see something in the woods, no, you didn't. If you hear something in the woods, no, you didn't. If you hear your name in the woods, no, you didn't. Like, have you heard that?
No.
Like, just that the Appalachian Mountains.
What does that even mean?
Like, the Appalachian Mountains.
I also love how you presented that. Like, you know how people from Appalachia will be like to you, will say this thing to you. I'm like, what?
But the Appalachian Mountains have been around for a really, really, really long time. They're one of the like oldest, like continuously like above water land masses in the entire world. And so there's a lot of like alleged cryptid activity in the Appalachian Mountains area. We're technically along the Appalachian Mountains, but obviously we're not in Appalachia. So like I was wondering like if it could be some kind of cryptid, but Ian is more inclined to think it was maybe like a bobcat. But it just was going on and on and on and on.
Wait, I still don't understand. I still don't understand the saying from Appalachia. Are they trying to hide it? Okay, when they say that, like, what the fuck?
No, it's like because like it's.
She's not allowed to say no. She didn't hear it. Okay,
it's cryptids of various types trying to lure you into the woods to kill you.
No, I know, but then can you say the saying again?
Okay, if you see something in the woods, no, you didn't. If you hear something in the woods, no, you didn't.
Okay, what the fuck is that? That like, what does that even? I can't. Does that mean I can't talk about it later?
Well,
like,
yes.
This is what I don't get. It's like that has a vibe of like secrecy and like we're trying to hide that there are cryptids.
No, well, it's more like
not to avoid them.
Do not pay attention or approach is more what it's about. But also, like something like I don't even actually want to say the word because you're not supposed to. But like flesh pedestrians. Do you know what I'm saying if I say that?
I'm having to Google absolutely all of this. Oh my
God. What are you talking about?
I feel a little vindicated.
I'm like apparently on like such a different side of TikTok from everyone in my life.
Oh my God, yes you are.
If you Google it, the very first term that comes up is the thing I'm talking about, which you're not really supposed to say or think about based on like indigenous lore, because it just like draws them in more. So that's why I'm trying not to say it.
It's a good thing they're not real.
So anyway, their whole thing is that...
Didn't you hear she's going full woo-woo? It's her woo-woo season.
That's right. So
have some fucking respect, Ben.
So the whole thing with those things specifically is that they impersonate humans or pets that you already have, or they impersonate like a loved one's voice, or they call your name, or they do things to try to lure you out to places where they can do whatever bad thing they want to do to you. So that's why you're supposed to ignore anything weird you hear in the woods or see in the woods.
Oh, I see.
So that's what it sounded like to me. But it probably was like a fox or a bobcat or something. It just was like very persistent. It didn't really sound like it was in pain, but it was loud.
Give us what was it like? Do an impression.
Will you? Will you do it? No, he won't do it. It was like, ah! Like, kind of like that. But over and over again.
With a little bit more like moaning.
Yeah, it was a deeper tone. Like imagine, but it's like a man doing that. Like a full grown man.
Somewhere in between like a wail and a howl and just kind of like someone in a little bit of pain.
And the thing about it that was weird was that it wasn't incredibly consistent. Like every time it was happening like repeatedly in like pretty regular intervals, but the noise itself changed in a way that's why it sounded so much like a person to me versus an animal, is because it wasn't like a very repetitive type of call. Like sometimes there were like different tonalities, so it's just weird. It was very weird. We got spooked and we went inside and I didn't even record it. So
if you had Merlin'd it, you could have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You could have fed 2 birds with 1 stone. You would have recorded it.
I know. I'm sorry.
And reeled out bird, but it sounded like not a bird at all.
Definitely not a bird. I think definitely some kind of mammal. Okay, that's one thing. And then the other thing is we've been having like the most incredible mountain laurel season around here. Are you guys familiar with mountain laurels?
Oh, yeah.
These are not from, I just sent 2 pictures in Slack. These are not from our area. One of them is from West Virginia. I think the other one's from Tennessee. But like this is what it's been looking like around here, along all of the roads and next to all of the bodies of water. Just like tons and tons
so pretty.
Of these flowers. We also have them in our front yard. Did you know they're poisonous?
No. I never tried to eat one though.
That's good.
Don't.
Yeah,
Apparently the pollen is too, so it can like poison honey, basically.
Oh, God. That's no good.
Yeah.
Also, when you said mountain laurel, I thought you said the most incredible mountain lore. And I was like, yeah, we just heard about
it. Also, Ian says, how do you guys say the name of those mountains that I was talking about?
Appalachian.
Yeah.
Might be regional because they span, like, they're down here too, right? The Appalachia.
Yeah.
Appalachian.
Yeah. I definitely say Appalachian Mountains. Ian says they call them Appalachians in the north and Appalachians in the south.
Oh,
tends to be more of a regionalism, but Appalachian's probably more accurate, so.
So, anyway, that's what's been going on over here. You guys have any updates?
I got an up front.
I got no cryptids.
I got, even if you did, you shouldn't say anything. I got up front. I guess a few months ago, friend Sam wrote in, recommending the book Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And I read it and I really freaking enjoyed it. It really made me cry a lot. And so I would suck that rec. I really would.
So actually, you had asked me if I was reading it earlier this week, Erin, and I had forgotten that I put a hold on it probably back when Sam recommended it. So like the day after you told me that you were liking it, my audiobook came in on Libby, so I've been listening to it and also really enjoying it. I'm not, awesome. I can tell you what percentage I am through. It's important.
Do you know chapter you are on?
I am on chapter 2? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, maybe. 20% in. Yeah.
Cool.
I guess the chapters are long.
Maybe they have sections, so maybe chapter 2 of another section. I don't know.
IDK, but I'm liking it.
Yeah. I guess I don't know how many pages it truly is, because I read it on my Kindle. I don't know if the page count reflects, like, the published page count. I don't know how this works based on my font size. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Suck that rec.
Nice.
Cried so much. Oh, my God.
Also,
let me know. Reach out to me, Hannah, when you get to that part.
Okay. Also, I can recommend Dev Lemon's new EP, Delusional, as well as Noah Kahan's album, Stick Season. The deluxe version just came out with 7 additional songs. It's called We'll All Be Here Forever. It's called Stick Season, We'll All Be Here Forever. And
is that the Love Vermont guy?
Yeah.
That guy, is that guy who loves Vermont?
Yeah. It's great. It's really, really good. He's extremely talented. And I was saying to Ian earlier today, like, and I think I said it to Erin too, I feel kind of seen by his music in a way that a lot of popular music doesn't have a perspective similar to mine as someone who lives in like rural New England, because he's like, I don't know. It's got this. It's very folky. It's got this blend of like. It almost sounds like Western and Southern influences, but it's like, but also like, you know, he sings about cold weather and Vermont and like all these like tiny little towns and villages that are so close together and just things that feel very like familiar and homey to me. So
yeah, cute.
If you want to know, what it feels like
album.
to live in rural New England,
yeah,
it's a good
Vermont, totally.
Yeah,
rural.
All right, Ben, do you have any friends?
Nah, man.
Just nothing's happened to you in the last 6 weeks?
I just had one thing on my brain and we're going to talk about it.
Beautiful.
Okay, well, Erin's going to talk about something else first, right? We pop into Erin?
Yeah, I do have a quick obsession. I obviously have been obsessed with the thing we're going to talk at length about, but I also have another obsession. I just want to give a shout out to this budgeting app I've really been enjoying. So... I know.
Never in a million years would I have guessed.
Yeah, well, you know, budgeting is like always a bit of a struggle, whatever. I've tried a few different methods over the years, whatever. But recently I have been absolutely jamming on this app called You Need a Budget. Have y'all heard about it? Mm-hmm. Also known as YNAB. Have you ever tried it, Hannah?
Yeah, I think I have, but a long time ago. I don't remember a lot about it.
I've tried to try it.
Yeah,
tried to try it.
What'd you say? You need to try it.
I think I've tried to try it, but like it doesn't integrate with our bank or something, so it complicated.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
that would be a huge hurdle. When's the last time you tried it? I wonder, because they've grown a little bit, so they might, or maybe you just
I have no idea. Like at least 5 years ago.
A rural New England bank that might not. Yeah, you might try it again. They might have an integration now, but anyway, whatever. The thing I like about it is, so like, you know, you've probably all heard of Mint, which will like track your expenses and then categorize them. That's nice. But that's nice and easy to do if you want to like track your spending or limit your spending in a certain category. But what I like about You Need a Budget is that you can define all of your categories, so it doesn't auto assign categories for you. Something frustrating about Mint is it'll like get really granular, and I'm like, I don't need to like differentiate between like fast food and takeout and restaurant if I want to track like eating out, right? Expenses. So I like in You Need a Budget, you can categorize everything yourself, and you can get as granular as you want or as high level as you want. But another thing I really like about it is that it assigns every dollar a job, so that your savings account or like your savings money isn't just like one lump sum. You actually bucket it into the things that you're saving for. So it kind of like makes me think about the money differently, because I'm like, oh, instead of like, I have all this money, what should I do with it? It's like, I have all of these goals. Where should that money go and when, at what cadence and stuff like that. So anyway, huge shout out, freaking loving it. They have a 1 month free trial, but then it's a paid subscription. So I'm just ending my first month, and I'm definitely going to keep the subscription.
How much is this?
Subscripy.
It's $15 a month. My headphones are dying.
The way I was going to not just also ask that question, but also purposefully mispronounce subscription.
Subscription. Hold on. I gotta get a cord.
Subscription.
Yes.
I was going to say subscription.
Oh, that's better.
Hold on.
Oh, her headphones are dying.
Erin is gone.
Hold on.
She's evading our question.
To leave the podcast.
You never know how much it is. I'll never tell.
You'll hear about this Russia stuff?
What, the war?
No, the
Y'all
coup.
heard about that?
No, the like Russia in the last 20 hours stuff.
No.
No.
Oh. I guess this is kind of a very minor temporary obsession for me because I've always been into like geopolitics, but...
Talk louder.
I will. Okay, very
Move
quickly.
the mic closer to him.
It's close.
Very quickly, have you heard of the Wagner Group or the Wagner Group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
They're like a paramilitary organization.
Like international mercenary force, basically.
Oh.
And they're kind of closely linked to the Russian state, but they're like deniable and kind of have their own thing and a lot of like shell companies and stuff. But anyway, they started operating in Ukraine kind of openly because things weren't going well. But then the guy who's running it has been getting into like this escalating argument with the military command of Russia. And it like came to a head, and now he's like taken all of his forces into Russia proper, like 25,000 people maybe. Mm-hmm. Wow. And is demanding like justice and wants to get rid of the military command. And
what the fuck?
Like they're actively like on the highway on their way to Moscow right now.
Yeah,
like,
and they've taken control of like
the road closures on Google Maps. Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
It's crazy. Oh, and Putin came out and was like, this guy is a traitor. This is just like the Russian Revolution of like 1917 or whatever, like whatever, 1912, whatever. He didn't say whatever that many times. I don't speak Russian, but...
Yeah.
Or like 19 or 20, whatever the fuck it was. Like whatever.
So wait, was the Wagner Group working like against Ukraine, like with Russia against Ukraine, and now they're turning...
Yeah, I mean, they basically, they showed up like...
I mean, look, every side of this conflict includes many war criminals, so there's like nobody to root for.
There's no hero.
Yeah.
You're not rooting for Putin?
Yeah.
Have you thought about how it rhymes, though?
Yeah, it does rhyme.
Rooting for Putin or whatever.
Are you sure you don't want me to make that t-shirt for you? It does rhyme.
Yeah, it's headed by a guy who like started out in the 90s selling hot dogs and then became like a restaurateur, and then at some point like has expanded into just
war.
And he's been close.
You know that natural progression.
It's like
you go from like internal war.
Yeah, the hot dogs to war criminal pipeline.
You start with one hot dog cart, then you have multiple hot dog carts, and then you have multiple restaurants, and then you have multiple troops, military wartime weapons.
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's really unclear what the fuck is going to happen when they get to Moscow. Like they've like blocked bridges into the city with like tanks and stuff already. Like they're just ramping shit up. Yeah. But also like Russian military forces, as they've been traveling along, allegedly there are reports that there have been like conscripted Russian military people who have been like switching sides and going off with Wagner instead and stuff. So
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Almost like private military is a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does that say Tours of the Kingdom?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the cat spinoff.
All right. Well, great obsession, Erin. Is there anything else you wanted to say? You said it's $15 a month after, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just check it out if you're looking for a new budget app. I like it a lot.
I'm terrible at budgeting, so maybe I should do that.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
It's good.
I did just get a big like chunk of change back from our like escrow account, so it might be a good time.
Dope. Yeah. You could put that chunk of change there and then like create little savings buckets for it, and you can add like you can create saving targets with like a deadline, and then you can put money into it each month. It's very nice. I like it.
Yeah, it always fills me with so much stress when I think about budgeting, and then when I actually do a budget, it actually feels really good to have one. But yeah, I think at some point many years ago on this podcast, I brought budgeting as like an obsession, but I fell out of it only a month or two after that. So
yeah,
that's life, baby.
That's life, baby.
All right. Well, we are going to end up kind of with 3 obsessions today, I guess, but this one is kind of a joint obsession that is going to be the rest of the podcast. And it's Tears of the Kingdom.
Of course.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Of course.
How spoilery do we want? Do we want to start out like top level and then get into spoiler territory, or do you want to just say like stop listening now if you haven't played it?
Well, I also haven't finished the game. Like I haven't beat, I feel like I could spend my life playing it, but I don't know when I'm going to get around to, wrapping it up.
That's kind of how you were with the last one too, right?
Yeah, I did eventually like beat Ganon or whatever, like go into the castle and do the dang thing. But yeah, it took me a while.
That the final boss fight in this game is harder than it was in Breath of the Wild, which I'm happy to hear.
I think it's
pretty
better
easy
though.
in Breath of the Wild.
I think it's better overall. Okay, so let's just say we're not going to talk all the way about Endgame because apparently Ian and I are the only ones here that have seen that. But if you care about Tears of the Kingdom spoilers or Breath of the Wild spoilers for that matter,
honestly,
then don't listen to this because we're probably not going to discriminate too much about how far we talk about. How's that?
Great.
Sounds good.
That's so good.
Great.
We don't discriminate on this podcast.
Yeah. So we haven't talked since oh my God, Tears of the Kingdom came out.
This is going to be the biggest challenge
Hannah
of the
has
segment.
a problem.
Is calling it the right name.
Haven't talked in just
Man.
years.
I feel nostalgic for those first days. The shine has worn off for me just a little bit. Obviously, I'm still like into it and playing every day. But those first days were so beautiful.
It hasn't worn off for me yet.
That's so lucky.
I think I kind of like. So when it came out, I was house sitting for my parents, and so I was off work, and I just kind of played all week. But I didn't play like a ton, even though I had that free time. I still kind of took it a little bit slow at the beginning, and then like the past couple of weeks, I've really ramped up and been playing like multiple hours per day, and been thinking like basically only thinking about when I can get home and play more Tears of the Kingdom. It's just been so flippin' good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they made the perfect sequel.
Yeah.
Because they it's the same world on the surface, but then obviously added the depths in the sky, which is so I did all the sky stuff first because it reminded me of Skyward Sword, but like what I kind of wish Skyward Sword could have been at the time, like just be able to do more stuff freely in the sky. It's so world. Fun. Yeah. And I've been on the big depths kick lately. Like I really delayed that a lot, but then just last night I got all of the light roots in the depths.
Dope.
Which is really cool because the fact that they're positioned directly underneath shrines, I'm like actually going to get all the shrines too, which I never got even close to in Breath of the Wild because there wasn't really a way to do it, I would say, without looking up a guide to make sure you found all of them.
Yes.
But the fact that they built in a way in the game to just see where all of the shrines are, so brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's fantastic.
And you can use them together if you're like, where's my next shrine or light root?
Yeah, that was
in the depths. Let me look on the surface.
That was what made the depths more fun for me, was when I was like, oh, it's kind of like a puzzle of in tandem figuring out where the shrines and light roots are. And then once you have the area revealed, you can pretty clearly see the mines and the Yiga hideouts where you can go get stuff. And I
like how you can use your main map as your mini map in the depths. I think that's what a great design that
for areas that you don't have revealed yet, and you can just use the inverted topography. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
I want to know,
absolutely brilliant.
I want to know how far you guys have gotten in the plot line so far, like the main plot.
I have four little buds.
Nice.
So I've done the 4.
What do you think about the little bud system? I've heard some complaints.
I think it's my biggest complaint about the game.
Yeah. They're always in my fucking way.
Yeah, but never there when you need them.
I really only use... I mean, Tulin is fantastic.
Yeah, Tulin's the best.
Tulin's the best. And I use Roly Boy. I use... Why'd you do it? I use...
Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it? And then the electricity lady would be fucking dope, except whenever we're in battle, she's fucking... Where is she? I don't even fucking know, dude.
I know Ian never
she's
ever
pretty small.
Uses the water thing ever.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
me neither.
And I don't play
except on accident.
I like
I will use the water one because I think it makes the Zor. You know how Zor weapons are double damage when you're when Link is wet?
When you're wet.
I believe it makes it it counts for that. So I'll sometimes use it for that, but really otherwise I still keep them out because they're nice to have in combat.
Yes.
There's wailing on people.
Mm-hmm. They have done some headshots and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't fully answer how far I am without spoilers for Erin. I think
we should just have Erin.
Yeah, well, I have been spoiled because Dominic had something that I was like, oh, I don't have this guy.
Oh,
and
okay.
so I know about that guy.
So I have that
guy. You have that guy. I'm excited to get that guy. I haven't done any Master Sword quest.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
Yeah.
You should do that. It's really cool.
Okay, cool.
Have you done all? So you haven't done all of the geoglyphs yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have talked to the Deku tree, so I know that I have like the entry point, but I haven't started it at all.
Got it.
Yeah, that stuff's really cool. Really cool.
Cool.
I just think, God, it's just like, I think that for me, like, I know there's like so much more to both of these games than the main storyline, but I really think compared to the last one, that the main storyline in this one has so much more variety and interest to it, in my opinion.
Yes.
Like, it's like, there are things that are similar to last time, like, obviously, and the Great Beasts, who the fuck knows what happened to them? They're gone.
They're gone.
Divine
like
Beasts, excuse you.
They fucked off.
I think, isn't it canonically that they like basically salvage them for parts to rebuild parts of Hyrule? Like, isn't that
I don't know.
The explanation for the Skyview Towers? Is that they're like made of old Sheikah technology that they grab from the Divine Beasts?
Maybe.
I think it's possible, and I know that there's there's like a cutscene you get at the end of Breath of the Wild if you, I think, get all the memories or something, but it has something to the effect of like they're going to go check on one of the Divine Beasts because it wasn't working or something. So maybe they just kind of started shutting down. They couldn't fix them. So
I mean, they thought they fulfilled their purpose, right? There wasn't really a reason to necessarily keep them around.
Fucking nothing is safe from planned obsolescence these days. They're just
so true.
Am I right?
They're just done for.
Even shit that lasts 1,000 years.
Yeah.
So nice that we did all that fucking work to get them active again, and then they just like scrapped them for parts.
It's also pretty fucked that all of our armor that we worked hard to get is just like scattered around the world in caves for some reason.
I think another thing I think is really cool is the like how they've kind of reworked the whole memories thing, like specifically the fact that you can see them from fucking miles away when you're in the sky or whatever. Like that's really nice. I feel like there's so many ways in which it's clear that they like heard people's kind of little annoyances from the last time and like did something about it. The fusion thing is really fun, and also like,
oh my god, fantastic.
like addresses a little bit of the like. I think we've all, I think, moved past being annoyed about the fact that weapons degrade, but like also the fact that fusion like helps.
I was never even that annoyed about it in Breath of the Wild. I feel like that was a big complaint for a lot of people, but I kind of liked the like how it forced you to use a variety of weapons, and I don't know. I liked the whole feel of it. And I feel like they did a good job providing you a lot of weapons, so I never felt like I was really missing any.
Yeah.
And now every weepon can be an awesome weapon, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
What's everybody's new favorite ability? Favorite new ability?
Maybe recall. Recall's really I like grabby hand because I love building stuff. Although lately I've just been using. Have you guys made a hover bike out of the two fans and a steering stick?
I couldn't figure out how to do that.
It took me hours to get it aligned right, but now that I have it aligned right, I use it all the time. Like, I'm using it constantly. Whenever I have to like go farther than 10 feet, I just like auto build a hover bike for 9 Zonai and then go on my way and fly off.
Nice.
It was especially nice in the depths because there's a lot of like going up really high to get to light routes. Which is really
I bet in the
handy.
depths that's so dope.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Okay.
That was another reason why I got back into like actually exploring all the depths was the hover bike made it easy because there's a lot of empty space in the depths. So maybe my only complaint about it is like, which I mean it kind of makes sense. Like it's not like there'd be towns down there. But like between the mines and Yiga hideouts and like a couple of like interesting things like Colosseums and skeletons and stuff, there's really just a lot of empty space for the most part that you have to traverse a lot of times in the dark, and the hover bike makes that a lot easier.
Ian's been,
oh my gosh, I love.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go.
Ian's been more like laser ATV in the depth has been more his thing. Or he's got like a big light and like 2 lasers and like 4 big. The thing about wheels is that they use like a lot less energy than fans. So
yeah, true.
That's a little bit.
I've been rocking that Zonai armor though that you get in the sky that makes Zonai devices more efficient, and so and I have fully upgraded like 8 bad. No, I'm not. They're not blue yet. I just have fully upgraded like regular ones. But I haven't run into a case where I've run out of battery using the hover bike because only 2 fans is not a ton.
Terrible
of energy. Yeah.
What were we gonna say, Erin?
I love how I was exploring the depths the other day and just like fucking ran into a full boss.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is my record. That was so cool. I love that about this game.
Because the boss fights are really fun in this game. I like them more than in Breath of the Wild.
The Wind Temple one was one of my favorite.
I fought it twice in the depths because I just loved it.
Oh, really? Yeah. I was excited to run into it. I was like, this guy. So that was cool. I just love that. You're just like, okay, there's just several overworld bosses that are,
Yeah, just there.
Present.
It's so cool.
Yeah, they're just there. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to fight the Water Temple boss again. I found him really annoying.
Who's the Water Temple boss?
It's easy, though.
The little sludge monster.
The little sludge swimmy guy.
Yeah.
Which,
I just killed him first try.
The dissonance, too,
but he was really annoying.
Threat level that they seem to...
Yeah, it's like all giant monsters and then a weird little squid man.
What was your favorite temple?
Probably Wind. Getting to Wind was so cool. Just like that whole process was. I was just like, it was incredible. Like that game design was awesome. I loved it.
I think I agree. I think the path to the temple, the Wind is my favorite, but the temple itself, I think I'm torn between water and lightning.
What was your favorite?
Lightning just felt like such a classic Zelda dungeon.
Yeah,
which was really nice, and I liked all the like light-based puzzles. And water, the whole like flying into a waterfall and immediately swimming up with the Zora armor on is so cool. Yeah. And I love the low gravity mechanics, so I love that there was a whole like temple based around that.
I loved that.
It's so fun. I like whenever I encountered an area in the sky that had the low gravity, I was like, yes! Like, I got so excited to do it again because it was just like I love jumping around.
What's your favorite temple? Yeah,
I think probably the lightning one.
Lightning one was cool. Yeah. What's your favorite ability? Grabby hand?
Maybe, if only because I've been since I got through the kind of like end of the game proper, I've mostly been obsessing with construction.
Yeah.
And just building things.
Yeah.
So yeah, just being able to do that.
Yeah, Ian's been stealing components from the temples pretty regularly.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just everywhere I can, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, so by attaching them to a weapon and then getting them removed at Terrytown?
There's 2 ways that I've found, and sometimes auto build history tends to hold on to things.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes you can fuse items to weapons and then have them broken apart in Terrytown. For a lot of them, it's both. For a couple, it's like more like either. Weirdly, so
really,
yeah. But there's a ton of stuff kicking around. I think my favorite that I found, though, is there's a couple of shrines that have... they're like buoyancy themed, sort of. So there's, ancient...
Those yellow balls?
Yeah, the yellow stuff. They're like ancient Zonai boogie board material. And they're just like... They're both very light and deeply buoyant, so...
deeply buoyant.
No, but I made like I think my favorite like build I've held on to that I've made is like a very high functioning amphibious car that can just like go right in and out of the water.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's dope. Like a duckmobile or whatever they call them.
He also made a really good horse. But did we show you the really good horse, Ben?
No.
Best horse. Do you have that video on your phone, or is that on the Switch?
It's on the Switch.
Fuck.
It's not a really good horse.
It's the best horse. We'll send you the video afterwards.
Yeah, I still think I have not done enough building.
Yeah.
Because there's like so much potential there. And once I got the hover bike done, I was like, this is all I need ever. But there's so much. Well, and I also use when I copied your like tank build that you showed me when I was at your house. Where you put like the little homing cart with the stabilizer on top and then a construct head on top of that with a cannon and like other stuff like flame emitter, frost emitter and stuff.
It had 2 lasers and a fire a flamethrower in the middle of it. So it's like long distance and short range.
Yeah, I like having just a flame emitter in the front so that it's always shooting, and then a cannon on the top. That's been my preferred thing, and that's what I mostly used while exploring the depths when I didn't feel like dealing with the monster camps myself. I would just like build one of those and let it take care of them. Oftentimes while I mined the Zonite around them, like, and it was just like behind me shooting off cannons and flame. It was so funny.
I love that because I think that's what I love the most about this game as compared to Breath of the Wild is that like certainly you can't avoid all combat, but if you are a play style where combat is not your favorite thing, you can avoid a lot of it and still get the benefits if you have like the right auto build set up and if you have your little dudes out, because they'll do some fighting for you. Some of the enemies will engage with them instead, and you have your like laser really cart going around. So that's like really nice to be able to like kind of set that aside as like something you're not always actively dealing with while you're like moving about the world. I really like that.
The number of times I've been like almost gotten hit and then Tulin has like headshot someone or Yunobo's just like whacked someone so they fell down and didn't hit me. They're very clutch a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Also the muddle buddies, are they called?
Yeah,
muddle buds.
Those are so fun.
Yeah, muddle buds. Those are great. If I don't feel like fucking around with somebody, I'll just shoot the biggest dude with a muddle buddy and he'll take care of it.
We've had so much fun with muddle buds. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was that one? You know that town that's like the like beachside town where the guy dude's like taking over, and then there's like the boat that has the big dude on it. Ian shot him with a muddle bud, and then
same.
He in trying to attack one of his henchmen threw himself off the boat and drowned. And then actually I think we ended up losing that for some reason. We had to go back and redo the whole thing, but that was like so fucking funny.
That's awesome.
I also like how Zelda keeps trying to get Link naked in this game. Like it's just like Kai's constantly in his underwear for one reason or another. So that's really great.
So the house in Hateno Village. Do we think Link and Zelda were together? Well, because the reasoning people have given is that you can sleep in that bed in that house, and normally you can't sleep in a bed unless you like own it in some way. And then also like Zelda's diary kind of implies that they were living together,
right? Because she had to hide stuff from him outside of that house, like the armor and stuff she hid in the castle, as if he would find it if she kept it there.
Yeah.
And also otherwise she just stole his fucking house.
Yes, that too. That literally was your house in Breath of the Wild.
She is in charge.
That makes sense. The evidence is compelling.
Yeah. I do think Kylie was saying she wishes that Zelda was the playable character of this game.
Me too.
And I kind of agree. I think it would just be cool in any Zelda game to make her be the actual playable character. Like a version of Ocarina of Time where you play as Sheik or something. Spoiler, Sheik is Zelda.
Well, yeah, actually, like, I just thought of this. I feel like a dream DLC would be like a back in time version where you get to play as Zelda in like a mini open world of the old, like...
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah.
That would be neat. Speaking of DLC, another thing I love about this game is they put everything in the DLC in the game from Breath of the Wild.
And I didn't play the DLC in Breath of the Wild, so I love that.
No, because to me, like the hero's way or the hero's path or whatever,
so convenient. Oh my god,
such a critical part of like my game enjoyment because I played it from the beginning with Breath of the Wild because I didn't play it until years after it came out, and so I was like. This game would be perfect if only they had shipped it with the hero's way. I can't believe that they didn't ship it with the hero's way, except they did.
Yeah. It's so great. Like the number of times I'm like, have I been there yet? Just like press X. Oh yeah, I have. Okay, cool. And then just like go somewhere else. Oh, the best.
Love it.
Yeah, I love
it. Sometimes that's how I plan my day. I sit down to play and I'm like, where am I going to go today? Where haven't I been yet? Let me go there.
Beautiful. Although I hate when I accidentally start playing it back from like the beginning of the game. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, but
over here when you hit A and it just like starts playing from the beginning. I'm like, no, I don't.
I don't need to spend half an hour watching myself walking.
Does anybody use that feature?
Right? Like I don't understand why that's like such a why that's a one button press while you're in Hero's Path or Hero's Way, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Anything else you want to say about it? What's your favorite thing? Tours of the Kingdom?
Tours of the Kingdom?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, just exploring and experimenting. I mean, it's kind of a perfect it's kind of a perfect game for the way like I like going at games like this. Mm-hmm. I think I've only just in the last few days really started looking at like all the construction stuff that other people do to kind of refresh it, but I got really into like just finding every possible thing I could, and I don't know. I just have like weird auto build collections of random stuff, and
because did you guys know? I just want to make sure this is known to everybody. If you want to start playing around with constructing things, the rules of the whole like auto build situation are as long as your component that you just auto built with that it like used the Zonai to make is still fused to something, just one other thing, it will stay active in the world. So you can't like break it off and have it be by itself, but you can but you can like keep it fused to one thing and then refuse it to another thing, and like that's how he keeps iterating on stuff. Is like he'll steal the component or put it into his auto build, and then he like you just have to be careful about what you break off when, and you can like construct whole other things and like keep that in your auto build now. So that's been very fun.
But you're not talking about it'll stay around, like, because like when you go into a shrine, the thing that you built fucking disappears, which really fucking annoys me.
But sometimes it stays in your history, right? Not always.
I see.
Yeah, and then so like the way I've been doing it is like on my favorites list of stuff, I've got like 3 things I really want to keep that are actually legitimate builds, and then the others are just like like a weird boat thing with a ball and a like bowl and part of like a propeller engine just glued to it, and then that's just saved. So
he can just use like if he wants any of those components to play with. Yeah, then he can
pull that back up and pull bits off of it when I want to mess with them.
I see, but if you auto build, I thought like you couldn't pull a distinct part off.
You can't pull it off by itself, but you can break other stuff off of it and kind of like winnow down to like 2 things and then fuse it to something else. And then you can break off the other stuff. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If it's all just like temporary stuff stuck to itself, then it'll all go away. But if I think if the system thinks that you're using it for something, like if let's say I've got like, I don't know, a platform bit and there's like a ball from a sphere from like a shrine over here, and I want the ball, I could like glue a wagon wheel to it and do the shaky move on the board. The board
will
disappears. But that thing and the wagon wheel will probably stay there, and I can just go whoop and stick it to something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Interesting. So is a bit of a loophole, it feels like.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of a loophole. He's exploiting.
It's just fun to find all of the useless junk you might be able to... Like, I've got a spear that's just got, like, I don't know, a classroom desk from the Gerudo Sex Ed classroom stuck to it. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it, but... I've got the option.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And you said, are there some things that you can't, when you have them separated at Terrytown, you like can't keep them?
Yeah, a few things just seem to go away. Like the low gravity water ball things, those just like pop into reality and immediately go away. I don't know if they like, it's because they can't exist in high gravity or they just don't want you messing with it, but...
That's a shame.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, because there's a little Zonite device looking thing in there. Yeah. That would be a cool thing if you could actually... I don't know how you would use it. I don't know.
Yeah, you can stick it to a shield and it does nothing and it looks pretty, but that's about it.
Yeah, I haven't... I think that's like the big... I haven't done much with fusing with shields. I kind of just like...
shield cannon is fantastic.
Your what?
If you're in a boss fight. Shield cannon.
Oh.
Ooh.
Does it push you back?
Oh.
I use shield rocket sometimes just to get into bullet time for
I love
shooting
shield rocket.
bosses. Like against Gleox, I'll use a lot of shield rockets.
Are those the dragons?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Big same.
More like
but
dragon,
other than that, I haven't
dragons.
messed around with them much.
Yeah, am I right? Dragon cubed. Oh my gosh, speaking of those, Dominic taught me this thing. I don't know where you learned this, but do you guys know about the Keese eyeballs with arrows?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it makes Gleox so much easier.
How do you learn about that? Like,
I think you just have to try it.
Okay.
I think you should try fusions. Although they say it at some point. I feel like I do remember reading that somewhere. Oh, it says it when you read the Keese eyeball.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I don't read. I can't read.
It popped up in the gameplay trailer with the Zelda producer guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was fighting one of those dragons when I was with Dominic and like aiming for their eyeballs myself. And he was like, "Do you know about Keese eyeballs?" And then I was really stupid. And I was like,
I was really stupid.
I was really stupid. I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "Could you do that in Breath of the Wild too?" And he was like, "No, you can't fuse in Breath of the Wild." I was like, "Oh yeah, duh."
I mean, I understand that though, because it feels like such
The
a
same
huge
game.
part of the game now.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to imagine not fusing. Like,
Yeah.
remember you had to switch between fire arrows and bomb arrows? And like
Yeah,
bomb
and
arrows were a
electric
separate
arrows.
Yeah, like
And ice arrows. Yeah.
Yeah, have you guys thought about going back to play Breath of the Wild? I feel like it would feel
nah.
incomplete now. Like,
I do miss my motorcycle because the motorcycle from Breath of the Wild was fucking dope. And I
Hey,
feel
just
like
build your own motorcycle.
that's true,
Yeah.
but I don't feel like it goes as fast.
I'll make you a motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
make a motorcycle.
Do you have the Yiga schematic for the like unicycle?
Oh my god, the Yiga schematics
No.
are so fun too.
The Yiga schematics?
Yeah, I
are
want more
fucking
of
hilarious.
those.
I have a lot of them that I have not actually built yet, and I kind of just want to like go somewhere and just build all of them and try them out and see what their deal is. Because there's some of them are fucking wacky.
Yeah.
You get them all in the depths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
okay,
of them
cool.
are
I've been getting them in the depths,
entirely
but they've
unhinged
been...
looking.
Yeah, so far I don't have any fun ones because their vehicles are the best. I was like, give me a schematic for these things.
Yeah, they do. There's a schematic. There's a schematic for the motorcycle thing that it's actually really clever, and it was like a reminder. I feel like stabilizers I don't use enough as a thing in general, but they're really handy for a lot of stuff like that.
Erin, I don't know if you know this. Our mom has been employing a really interesting strategy where she doesn't do any of the shrines pretty much. So she's
Doesn't
been
do 'em.
So like what did you say, Ben?
Just activates and walks away.
Yeah, that's chill.
So she's been playing for like over 100 hours, and how many hearts does she have, Ben?
I think 6 or 7. And like barely upgraded her stamina.
Oh, wow. She just doesn't like to do them?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
I love
don't
that.
really
That's
get
what
it.
I fucking love about this game.
Yeah.
Is that there's so much to do and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I thought you were gonna say that's what you love about our mom, because like she does exactly.
Well,
what
I
she
love that
wants.
too, yeah.
All the
She
time.
does,
Although
like,
when
only what she
Kylie and I were there the other weekend, we were like, "Hey, you should do this shrine. It's really fun," because we remembered it, and she actually did it and did enjoy it a lot. And she's like, "Okay, that was really fun and rewarding." And I was like, "Yeah, they're all really good." Like, I don't remember the shrines in Breath of the Wild that well, but I feel like I am having more fun with the shrines in Tears of the Kingdom than I did, and I think it has a lot to do with building and Zonai devices. Like the powers just being kind of more fun in general.
And there's a few more ways to like get around them, I feel like. Like the other day I couldn't figure something out, so I just I had a shield rocket on me and I just shield rocked.
Yeah.
And like paraglided over. I was like, all right.
Well, and you do learn from them. Like there's like a shrine specifically to teach you about like the stabilizers and like all those components. It is nice to do those.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes, like if I'm on my way to do something and I hit a shrine, sometimes I won't complete it. But for like the water temple, I was on my way and there's one that's on your way to the water temple, and I just happened to do it, which is where you learn that you can ramp those bubbles, which you need to like progress. I was like, holy shit! If I hadn't done this temple, I would have been stuck here.
It's
for
the
a
same
while.
in like on the way to the Wind Temple. That shrine shows you can use the the air trampolines, the boat trampolines.
Yeah.
Those are really. I remember were you there too, Hannah?
All trampolines are air trampolines if you think about it.
True. There are trampolines on an airboat.
Yeah, I know.
Were you also there at Mom and Dad's house when Mom discovered how to use those?
Yeah, she was screaming.
She was
with
so
excitement.
excited.
Yeah.
But she would have figured it out faster if she did the fucking shrine, by the way. She just like she would have figured it out faster if she did the fucking shrine. But she just activated it, walked away, and was like, "How do I use this boat?" And then like fell off 4 times.
Ben,
and then finally figured it out and was very excited.
But do you remember she actually figured it out like just as we were leaving? So it was like we were like, okay, we watched her for a long time, and then we were like, we gotta go, like it's gonna get dark. And then as we were walking out, she was like, "Woo!" Woo! Okay, she worked it out. Sorry.
She did it. It's funny because Google Meet kind of muted you through that whole thing, but I'm excited to hear about it. I'm excited to hear it.
I pointed my face away from the mic, but I guess it wasn't. She was loud though, so it was accurate what I did.
Yeah, you were just doing your job, an accurate representation of it.
Thank you for that.
Right. Erin, what did you think of this? Is unrelated. What did you think of the country version of Silk Chiffon?
Oh, I loved it, and I posted a music about it. Oh, so for context,
you meant unrelated to the specific thing in Tears of the Kingdom we were talking about?
No, unrelated
Just
to anything we're talking about.
Non sequitur.
Yeah, Hannah's referencing Muna did a Tiny Desk concert. It was great. I thought it was great, and I loved how they switched the bridge and the last chorus to past tense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was so good. I thought that was brilliant for like a country rendition, and it made the song like so melancholy at the end, and it was wonderful. It was totally my shit.
I loved it. I loved it. They weren't
I would love
just...
to at Hannah for posting a very excited message about a Tiny Desk concert and not bothering to link it for some reason.
Oh, did I not? I copied it. I didn't paste it.
You did not.
I thought you did.
No, she did not.
Oops. Sorry.
You didn't.
I literally I Googled it. I was watching on my phone. I Googled it on my computer. I wrote that whole post and just didn't paste the link. Well, you found it. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was hard to find, but I did think it was funny. You're so excited about it. But we're like,
I was too excited.
This is so good. Go find it.
I just loved, I thought about you immediately when the chorus started, Erin, because of the way you always go, Silk! And it's not, they probably muted that too, because it always mutes you.
Yes.
When you do it. But they do not do that in this one, but I love the way the chorus sounds and all the new harmonies in it and everything. It's just great. It's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
And also an incredible version of frickin'
Stay away.
Lay away.
I'm not gonna link it in the description.
Shout out to Sears.
Go find it.
For consistency, I'm not gonna link it in the description either. Continuity.
Sorry about that. Is there other stuff we want to say about
Apparently not for you. Apparently you're done with it.
No, we should wrap up. I gotta get on with my life here. I gotta go play Tears of the Kingdom. Talk about it.
Any closing thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom from you, my love?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
All right.
My closing thought is it might be my favorite game.
It's a great game.
Wow, better than Hollow Knight.
When is Silk Song coming out?
Such a good
Any
question.
day now.
That's right. Probably be out for my birthday. They're probably waiting for my birthday to put it out.
Yeah, they probably are.
In less than a month and haven't announced it. Yeah, that's probably, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's then do homework. Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is if you're interested in pursuing a budgeting app, you need a budget to try. They have their own little philosophy. They have a lot of videos online that you can learn how to use the platform or whatever. Just check it out. It's nice. Great.
Nice.
Play Tears of the Kingdom.
Ben.
Read tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ben, what's any other homeworks you want to get?
No, just play Tears of the Kingdom. If you haven't at this point, what are you even doing?
Okay, my homework is don't go into the woods if you hear your name. Or screaming, random screaming.
What? The name thing is new.
Yeah, that's part of it. But they didn't say my name or anything. Listen to Stick Season, Will I Be Here Forever, deluxe version. Play Tears of the Kingdom. And go find the Muna Tiny Desk concert. And
we will not be linking it.
We will not be linking it. And that's... Oh, and I guess pay attention to what's going on in Russia, because it is really unfolding quite quickly. Who knows by this time this comes out what will have happened? Because they're literally like halfway to Moscow already. Okay, and then if you want to call us or text us, so bear in mind it'll be like at least a month before we listen to it, but you can do that at our phone number 774-326-0420.
What is it?
I'm not really on Twitter, if I'm totally honest with you guys. I still have Anthropology, but I don't go on that accursed platform. I am on Instagram at Anthropology and Hannah and her cats on TikTok, and we are at 2 Broad Pod on Twitter. We also don't really use that. We're on Instagram at Way Too Broad. You can email us at waytoobroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that stuff, you can find it all on our website along with lots of other stuff, waytoobroad.com or waytoobod.com or nameyourselfjame.com or nameyourselfjameegan.com or jameegan.com for anything you want. Max, either one. Get at us.
Nope, Apple TV Plus is neither.
It's like HBO. This is a new edition.
Maybe the competitor will want it. I don't know. Could be interesting.
Yeah, highest bidder takes it.
Earnben.com for anything you need. Maxfun.org for a cute summer dog on a summer boat. Oh my God, there's so many current events we didn't even talk about. That's fine. You can download Friends of the Chaos music at friendsofthechaos.bandcamp.com. They wrote our intro and outro music. And that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in a few weeks, and we love you. And I didn't like the podcast candle. It's fucking muggy here today, so.
It's so humid.
Have a great one. The figurative podcast candle is now extinguished.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's way too broad. I'm trying to say